My life. Oh, I am live, everyone. Well, welcome back to my amazing channel. Sorry, I'm such a high quality. If you guys living in the area with good internet, so you can see how this all full resolution it is. Anyway, guys, I was supposed to do live today with Mr. Auden Larrett, but as I guess everybody knows, and I understand that more than anybody. Excuse me. Oh, dying age of 30, that's crazy. Anyway, Auden ended up being too jet lagged to be part of the podcast, which I totally understood. I understood more than anybody, especially coming from Australia. Last time I came from Australia, I borderline needed to be in the psych ward. Technically should have been, but I dealt with it myself. So, which was crazy thing to do. So I understand. I understand the jet lag comment from Auden. I went on a limp and I kind of believed that he's gonna be here, so I made the post on Facebook. But guys, I've experienced doing podcasts with Travis Bajan before, so people not coming at time. It's very understandable for me. So I'm here. Artem, what do you do to your hair? Ooh, that's a good comment. Can if to read nowadays, because if that's new for people, that means I've been doing some things new for a long time. I've always not always. I've been shaving my head since the age of 14, probably 15, because never like barbers. My ears stick out too far. They cut them, man. Never knew the haircut, so never had the money. So I've been shaving my head to a certain degree for forever, either trimming it or I've shaved it many times too as I got older, but I've always trimmed it. And that's it. That's really it. That's kind of my very normal look. However, nowadays I've been blessed with the opportunity to have a barbershop down the street, and I have a little bit money to my name, a tiny little bit, not a whole lot. So I do enjoy an occasional haircut for a good reason. Whenever I don't have one, I'm saving my 35 plus a tip. I've been cutting my own hair for 20 years at least. Well, Drew, I did met you, and it looked like it. Just kidding. Nah, it's normal because I don't. Well, not normal. I don't know. I do play around. Depends on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? If it's like if I have a pretty wedding to go to and be presentable, sure, I may not like shave it that hard right away and then go get that fade. But it's a week away from this November 7th tournament, which should be aggressive. May get a good haircut prior to that, but it's a week out. I'll grow it out. We will see. Or you learn from Travis. Nah, come on, man. I mean, come on. Look at my graffiti days. He is shaving head came from my graffiti days. So now, I mean, not only being poor, but graffiti culture, especially in Russia, was very it was very subculture, right? And there's also subcultures in graffiti, and graffiti people will also differ, just like arm wrestlers, right? The liberals arm wrestlers, Republican arm wrestlers. You look at these things one way or another. Rappers are like arm wrestlers who are into rap, arm wrestling who are into country music, right? Same thing with graffiti, right? I always like associate with this like like I wouldn't say aggressive, but it is more of a like on the extreme side of graffiti thing. So like people are just looking cool, shaving heads, causing some type of deviance, right, and vandalism. So that's what always appeared to me. So I think it kind of started there, like as I was. I got introduced to internet and all that at about age of 11 to 13, right? So absorbing all this arm wrestling information, not arm wrestling, graffiti information at the time, and just kind of getting sucked in on the subculture of everything. Shaving my head, wearing Nike Air Maxes, that my grandma will send me, right? Because I didn't have money for none of the cool stuff. So that's where really all that came from, and I'm sticking with it, right? As arm wrestling came along, and arm wrestling, we do have a saying, like a lot of people, like, and a lot of people on the same page. You shave your head once you know you shave you know you're preparing such a nuclear shape. You're shaving your head almost like if it's fall off, right? It's like almost a sign, like, all right, I did everything I've done. I'm dying to myself and trying again this Saturday, see where the shape gets me, right? And then Sunday, Monday rolls in, your hair slowly growing out, the beard shows up more, you're kind of looking more rough. You're like, all right, it's time to rinse and try again. So it's like, dying to yourself a little bit, shaving your head. Arden, you look healthy, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, Abdul. What a good comment. Score prediction for Jerry versus Vitali. Ooh, yeah. You know what? So that's why I wanted to talk to Auden about, because like I followed certain things. I tried to make predictions, but now that athletes are coming in, you get to see stuff. Obviously, you see what everybody looks like, what the atmosphere, whatever. I was excited for them. I mean, I'm still excited for Jerry and Vitali. Um, Definitely a hard match for Vitali stylistically and all that. By looking how cool Jerry looks and not aggressive, like I mean he's ready. I feel like he's ready to come back to his Monday job, man. I think it's Vitali 340. Not to say anything about anyone's shape, but by how cool Jerry looks on all the stories I'm seeing and whatever, I feel like my guy is ready to pull his match, get some check. Monday, Tuesday, ready to go back, see his beautiful wife, kids, his work. I don't think I don't think Jerry is there to prove anything crazy, to be honest. So, with that being said, I'm going with Vitaly. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm looking at my side of the internet, right? But that's kind of what I'm seeing. Jerry will take Vitaly's wrist straight away. Ah, but I think Jerry does have potential. The potential is there. The style is there. Jerry's arm is super nasty long. It's strong. It's hard to get around. If like you know, Vitali surprisingly actually not surprising, but in their build up, Vitali's arm. Mm, I don't know if what I'm saying is right. Vitali's arm is super long, also, right? And if you ever pull Jerry, like I feel like Jerry been active, and a lot of people have. I don't know if you guys pulled him at the tournament or you got to pull him at practice. I've got to practice with Jerry like once, and I remember my arm is not long. I'm not long anywhere. Like I'm 6 foot tall. My arm span is exactly six. Like I'm really like proportionate and nothing like freakish about me, right? So with my like normal limbs, me like pulling Jerry back, and I forgot if his wrist was taking or he was just there, but like toppling Jerry all the way, his arm is still in your chest. Like his arm is so long. It's not like, oh, you just took his hand, you're about to go down. You have to keep going around. So I wonder if it's disadvantage or disadvantage for Vitali, right? Clearly, if you think about it, Vitali has more room now to travel and apply more pressure and actually be around tall arm of Jerry. So it looks like, it sounds like he may have the easiest key to do that, but is that the way for him to get stuck there also because he's so long? Well, in your opinion, who has more chance against LeBron? Uh, Vitali or Michael? Ooh, more chance against LeBron. Well, let's talk about this, right? Because everybody, what's going on with the chat? Are we upset that Michael is pulling LeBron? That that certain positions have been skipped? Or are we all okay with that? I want to know what the chat thinks. Now, it obviously depends on Michael's shape. 'Cause- and it's important to say because I think Michael has been showing good stuff and consistent. It also does go down here and there, right? Like I think Michael drops the ball for us, and it's hard to, which understandable. Like now that I've been trying to arm wrestle at the higher level too, like it's hard to always stay at the level that people expect you to be. Plus, let alone bring in new shape and let everything in life, go along with it, right? Like when Devin was saying how his life is simple and everything like is arm wrestling, and it's such I don't think people understood that subject, like how what he really meant and how matters that is. Uh, but yeah, I think once you get there, like yeah, everything's possible, but it's hard to get to that late. However, to that place in life, I would say. But I think out of Vitaly and Michael, given both of them going to be in their best shape, I think my not only I think Michael has is deserved that shot because at this point everybody pulled it on and not nobody really. I mean, we got Hermes, right? Hermes did something there, right? Like, but overall, nobody really did much. So Michael's being another extra like because we keep throwing stuff at LeBron, right? Like let's try this, let's try this, let's try this, let's try this again, and none of this works out. Michael's is its own like sole property, right? It's another thing to throw at LeBron that's nothing been thrown at before, and clearly people of a level below LeBron have showed that Michael is beatable and he's manageable. So with that being said, I think not Michael, Levon has a lot of tools and opportunities and everything to prepare for that match, and probably also be in a good shape for it. But man, I think there's a possibility where in this match where Levon probably thinks he's a little too strong. Because like where you think you're stronger than the King's move and you keep trying to press it and you keep pressing until your hand buckles. I wonder if that's what's gonna happen. I wonder to where maybe Levon gonna be too confident for 1 or 2. Because right, like King's move only works when you're matching enough of the power. And I don't even believe you generate that much power with King's move. You're just so annoying, and your arm does not open up. And the tension on the strap creates everything for the other person to buckle if there's enough force applied. So once that happens, yeah, you in some game, right? But if the guy you're trying to King's move is just way stronger, you're gonna keep kicking up. You're gonna keep kicking up over and over. So I wonder if there's a power gap big enough between Michael and Levon where Levon can just press Michael down. Or will he try and will it cause him, to pay for that and he's gonna have to be more practical about it next time. What what do you think what do you think will be Tally Hook Jerry? No, I don't think Vitaly has ever showed legitimate adversity, right? There may have been adjustments, but I don't think he have shown that. I think he might try to rock it with the top roll or do backflip. Listen, I can do forearm, right? But I can't do backflips. And hold on, can I even show my forearm in this amazing hoodie? Come on, guys. My forearm way too big for this hoodie, guys. I can't do this. Can't. Yeah. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. That's how far this hoodie goes. That's how massive my forearms are. That it just can't even do it anymore, man. Can't even do it. But speaking of forearms, I do want to talk about that. Not forearms, but I've been getting questions also since I've been posting these training videos. People are talking about my hand a lot. Like my hands look big on those videos and stuff. Like I don't know. I'm showing off wrong stuff, but that part been looking pretty good and fat recently, right? And my thumb too don't look as impressive right now for some reason on this lighting, but you guys can trust me. You guys can trust me. So, but what I wanted to talk about, because people asking what I've been, if I've been doing anything or what's going on. Um, so I want to be really honest about it. On one of my YouTube searches, I found this guy. I think a lot of people watch the guy. I don't know if he's an arm wrestler or just like an athlete, but some European dude, not sure Swedish or German. But there's this guy on YouTube that has a video channel about building a thick hand. Everything about like there's a lot of hand stuff, right? If you just put like build strong, thick hands in 100 days, I think the guy will pull up. And on his channel he has like methods and like he's selling a product and like the training routines how to do all of that. So I suggest you, if that's what you're into, like I think the guy has all the answers. Like I don't. I just watch a couple of videos and I try to repeat certain exercises because I'm not like super interested in the subject, but I've learned not learned, but I've noticed over time that my hands definitely increased slightly, gotten weirder in certain points, and I wonder, what what's the contributions like exactly to the hand, right? And it's interesting how much that guy improved his hand structure and texture and everything based on a bunch of little exercises. So what overall, like I'm saying, if you guys want to really like master it, I think that's the guy. Talk to him, buy his thing, go check it out. His thing. The thing that I've picked out from watching one of his videos, I realized my thumb here, like that that's the best angle, I guess. So that muscle here gets absolutely blown up, and right along with this guy. Not when I squeeze and press, because I have a little ball. I have like egg thing that I bought, and I'm squeezing it a lot, right? Not that squeezing motion down, even though it does tension, it doesn't do whole much. I wonder if the left hand is better show. Yeah, I think it is. What I've realized, because the guy does a lot of like rising pronation and all that, and for some reason it does build hand. But what I've learned here, if I do tiny pronation move with my thumb, that pull press down, not squeeze, but that full range of motion press down causes my thumb to swell up like crazy. So it kind of looks like this. So I have a little baby weight here, like 10 pounds, right? So I just kind of open my hand, my thumb, and I close it. That's it. It's kind of like you can do a little pronation move. I don't know. I sometimes I just close everything, open and close everything like like so, right? But I've been doing this, but the initial motion is this with your thumb. And man, I do a good set of that until like I'm feeling it. You're gonna grip up at me after that. Ooh, that's such a my hand blows up insanely. And I just noticed that. And that's why I'm just kind of wanna share that with you guys. So for me, it's this pressing down. Like the squeezing, doing something with squeezing doesn't do whole lot for me for like that feeling that thing. But a couple sets of this for a minute, oh boy. Then if you grip up at me, you're gonna feel how much. Well, let me talk to you guys. Let me talk to you a little bit, and I'll show you on camera. You savage the buckle on the thumb. Well, that's kind of it. Just creates like it gives me somewhere to press down. So I kind of like the buckle here, right? It kind of works as a little attachment. But anyway, like dude, I don't know. My thing is absolute. You can see it. You can see that it's blown up here, and I wonder if you can see it here. Yeah, like even this part blows up almost instantly, right? Even I think because it goes against it, and I'm going here. I don't know because I'm trying to control this motion, but man, that thumb right here. This is a what is it? Dime? No, that's not that. Yeah, this is that. Like, bro, come on now. Is my left just as fat? Not kind of, yeah. But Artem's magic show. Right, you're hiding dimes. We're hiding dimes and hunting for dimes. Ah, oh boy, I haven't seen you in months. You look smaller. Thanks, man. I just talked about it on a little meeting we have. How You go throughout the day, people tell you look smaller, you look bigger. I look depending how long you see me. I definitely look about the same size. Yo, bro, where did the coin go? I just dropped it. I'm a bad dude. I dropped it, and it turned to a quarter. Okay, what magic trick? It's funny how I can hide. I probably hide a quarter in my in my hand. There's no quarter. Oh, anyhow, Artem, you're going to the super match event of Chen Shaw. Uh, I'm not. I kind of aware of it. I don't know whole lot about it. Pretty sure Chance invited me to something a long time ago. I don't know if that's it, but no, no. I'm pretty sure if I know what's going, if I know what we're talking about, then no, it's at the time that's not available for me. I'm going. I'm busy because I'm going the November 7th. Going to Utah here next week, and December 7th I'm going to arm wrestle Oleg and Bob Brown in California. So I can't really do anything in between. Listen, man, if my hand is looking big, is one thing. If I look smaller, it's whole another thing. So both of the subject can be real. So there's that. Tendons in your wrist look very dense. Oh. Where are the tendons at, man? Can you show? What's the tendons? Can you show me so I can know what looks dense, man? I thought you can't see my tendons. You can see muscles, man. I cannot do a backflip, by the way. Can you straight your forearm? Um, yes, my arms are pretty straight. They're not all broken up and stuff. I can't wait to see Kanai pull. He's gonna be so bad for Petro's tail. Dude, I'm excited for this match. I'm excited to see Kanai and Petro for sure. There's a couple. I'm excited for Kanai and Petro. I'm excited for Vitali and Jerry. And there is Oleg and Nugo. Those are the three I definitely want to see. Plus, I want to make sure I'm correct that like Sergey is gonna kill Matt. So I kind of want to make sure like that happens also. Just like so I'm not crazy. Nothing against Matt, but I was like, man, if I want to bet some money, I think this is a mismatch, right? And I kind of want to be always confident in my little bets. So I got 4-0 for Jerry Vitali, guys. I'm just looking back for the comments. Where's Auden? Did you clickbait us? No, I explained where Auden was in the beginning. He was supposed to be here because I announced that he's gonna be here, and he got jet lagged, and therefore Auden is not here. Therefore, the title says Auden too jet lagged. So yeah. So Auden gonna be here next time. However, I promised him to a lot of people, so I do have to explain that he's not here. Artemis used to be a stood up history well by Travis. Yeah. Well, hey, if nobody knows on this side of the channel how podcast with Travis works, they sometimes talked about before, like, hey, we're gonna do something the next day, right? But it's a day off. It's a phone call at whatever, like from 6 in the morning till 10 in the morning. There's a phone call from either one of us. Yo 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 podcast. Hell no. Yes. What 30 minutes, hour? Boom. That's it. So podcast happens as the podcast happening. Hey, you calling a guest? My man, we just established we're gonna do a podcast. So the links that you can send out. So that's why a lot of people are like, oh man, a lot of people who we invite as guests. When they don't reply, they'll reply later, be like, oh man, I wish you guys give like just give me a better heads up next time. I'm like, dude, that's the best heads up I'll give you. The best ones ever. Even at the time when Travis went heavy there for like 1 or 2 weeks. I forget for what reason, but we had like everybody. When we got like Engin, Jerry, John Bazank, everybody got in the podcast. It was awesome. And well, but Travis was showing up. Travis was scheduling, kind of doing a lot of the scheduling and being also being in the same fashion, like we're doing it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So it's very fast paced, organized in Travis's way, but it's also fast. So it's like, if not doesn't happen, doesn't happen. So okay, what's the comments? Hey Artem, how does an athlete find the optimal weight class for themselves? Great question, actually. So um I think it's based on your height. If you are above 6 foot tall, you can choose whatever you want to choose, right? For sure. And your main goal, or you actually have I don't know how exactly to phrase it, to be honest, but if you're above 6 foot tall, you are allowed to be in supers. You're allowed to be a competitive super heavyweight. If you are 6 foot exactly and below, that's where the problem starts. Really there's no elite supers that are smaller than 6 foot. Like the leverage comes in, the overall size, like bigger humans going to be stronger. So therefore, if you want to do everything in the world, the height probably will limit you a little bit to be like a super elite dude, right? So first of all, it's height, right? So if you are above 6 foot tall and your weight is anywhere, you can also choose anything, right? If you have all the tools to be the badass super heavyweight in the future, you're working for that, right? So depending where you're at. Now that's height. So we talked about that. Then and I think the goal is always should be delusional goal, right? What's number one thing in the world? Is super heavyweights is Levon. If you can be Levon, be it smaller, sure that you're the most badass weight class ever, right? But we're talking about super heavies. That should be your delusional goal. If you have an opportunity to do that, go crazy. If you're like me, you at 6 foot tall exactly, and you can mess with supers. You can be against them, right? That's why you have to pick and choose and where you're at, right? I know I do want to. I like my delusional goal always going to be I want to compete with the best athletes out there, right? As long as like while my level matching, my level was matching certain people when I started, different people later on, and it's matching people where I'm now, right? Sometimes there's mismatch, right? The next step hopefully will be bigger and bigger people, right? But for me, I know super heavy will be super tough, so I can only gain what I can gain. I think for my body type and what I'm able to do, hopefully I'll be sexy to 120 pounds one day. If I'm able to eat more, I mean, surely can do more, but 220 will be like optimal for me. For example, I'm 6 foot tall. I am not fat. I'm fairly lean. So I'm I'm 6 foot tall, and that's 182, 183 centimeters. Not sure exactly, but so for me, I started at 154. I was always a skinny guy. I didn't really eat much. Did not have interest in food until I got about to be 16, 15 when started going to technical school, became a pastry chef, was like eating, start working out, like all that came along where I started gaining my weight. I probably got to that 154 by the time I started competing. But for me, I was just a skinny dude at 6 foot tall frame. So you kind of look skinny if you're that tall and you weigh 154. I kind of slowly filled up and I kind of I had an opportunity. I was young enough to kind of compete at where I was, but as I'm getting older, I'm going to gain weight. I'm going to get better at it. So I kind of slowly just, I got to where I'm at now, but I want to further, right? Like I wanted to compete. I wanted to compete against everybody, and I like that Hutchinson's idea. I liked a lot. I think a lot of competitive guys they're about 200 pounds. So that was my goal. I wanted to be competitive as hell. So that's what for me is 200 pounds. So sorry, that's it's kind of a like a big subject, I guess, in the question how to properly how to. It's a lot. It's hard to answer that question specifically because there's too many variations. Your age matters, your body type matters, your height matters, right? If you're an older dude, you're 6 years old, and you like arm wrestling, fuck, it's the way that you're in. You're 60, like you enjoying it. You probably won't have whole bunch of progress, but you're gonna get better at this arm wrestling thing for sure if you're gonna stick to it and you're not gonna get injured. The whole fucking, if you're a smaller dude, that's it. I mean, you're not gonna go like by the time you're 80, gain all this weight and be Levon, right, or whatever the fuck that's gonna happen in 20 years. So, um, it's very specific. I will, Taurus Ivy can look at it to where he just wanted to compete. I don't have a big notice. Jeremy, you had a great notice for, but you also it was also on my podcast, not on Travis's for sure. So I'll give you months notice if I'm able to, which means you actually can still be good for Monday. But anyway, um, the best way, man, how do I even say that? Terrence Ivakin was just saying you pull the weight class you're in. That's it. If you can look at the scale a week before and adjust. Can you adjust? You can be bigger, smaller, whatever, but you pull the weight class you're in. Now, if you want to be more direct, a arm wrestling route route, maybe you can tell me what's your exact situation. But I would say, I mean, I've said so much. How does an athlete find an optimal weight class for themselves? Yeah, shape, age, height. It should be like in circles, I guess, right? Are you under 30? Are you above 6 foot tall? And are you fairly fit? If those three, I guess, combines, your goal is to get in a super great shape to be healthy super heavyweight guy because you have an opportunity, you have time, you can go for that. Doesn't matter if you're not there. You can be your goal and you weigh 180 pounds. Go for that, try that, compete at that, right? So if one of the circles I guess not aligned, if you are under 30, if you're 40 but you're 6 foot tall and you're somewhat in good shape, hopefully you're already super heavyweight. So you stay there, right? That's all. Fuck, man. I don't know. I'm thinking I'm doing such a terrible job at answering this because it gets fairly complicated. I always went also in America. Also, it doesn't matter where you live. One way to look at also is basing on your adversities. Like how tough is your weight class for you? So for me, I pulled 154. I was always scared of it. I was scared of my weight class to the point where I will beat everybody, right? In my state. But it'll be people showing up out of nowhere or whatever to give you problems so you lose and whatever. So I never think I'm the best guy to beat. But I've gotten to be many times to where like I'm walking that class super super easy to where um it's not productive anymore, right? Like you have to have challenges and adversities or you're going to be very slow progress, right? I've said it in another video like recently. If the super heavyweight guys adapt much more because their competition is harder. So that's why that another way to look at it. Are you dominating your class in your state? Are you dominating it like normally? Is it like I could dominate once, somewhere, right? But what if it's like a day and people are gonna show up? If everybody shows up, are you still dominating? If the answer is yes, you're in the wrong weight class. You can challenge yourself more. You can if you're too scared to move, that's you and that's you are. Whatever you're gonna tell yourself, you are scared to move. You can always double class. You can always spend more money the day off and pull your class, pull class later. Don't be that guy though. We just saw this guy last weekend. There was one dude that came from Texas, gangster as hell, double classed, was like looking at everybody how he gonna beat everybody and stuff, like, being very competitive all day. But as soon as like the classes were running in the same time, he just technically signed out of the other one. He laid down all his matches. Oh, that's what he said. And that's not how you double class. You double class if you're gangster, if you know what you're into. You're not necessarily, you either way too good for your class, regardless of what happens, or you don't care about none of them. You're gonna get your money worth, and you're going crazy for both. If all of a sudden you're saving yourself from one ass whooping to like, that's not, you don't know you're confusing yourself and everybody around you. So go crazy. Go crazy. All right. I'm excited to see Corey Miller versus Eugene Bergenar, a global elite. Who who is this Eugene person? I've never heard of it. What do you think about Todd's match? Man, I think I've talked to Todd about it way before, and he was saying that was going to happen, and it didn't make sense then, or dude, the second one didn't make sense. So, um, I don't know. I've talked about it a little bit. I think Irakli's best shot was in Georgia. You're in your own country. Everybody supports you. Walls have it. We have a saying. Walls have its feelings. You know what I mean? Like you're home. Everything. So if Irakli did not do it, the first shot, which will be the hottest one, right? Second shot, where like we may be more calm, but man, it's in your country, and you fumble that. Now you're gonna in Switzerland. No, 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 no. Want to see Irakli with like a messy beard, big jeans don't fit him, a loose gray t-shirt that's not wrapping his arms all tight, I'll be super worried. I'll get worried. I'm like, yo, mm-mm. I'll I'll cancel my bet. But as soon as you're actually all clean, that shirt is nice and tight, them jeans are skinny, probably smells good for the video, man, he's out there exploring Sweden, man, exploring tourist tourist activities. Mm-mm. No kings. If Travis says he'll be doing something, even if he means it, it's still a coin flip. It comes true. Uh, by the way, guys, I'm selling my arm wrestling handles. If somebody wants one, three. It's a set of three. Set of three and a handle. How much experience do you think it takes to compete at a professional level? Mm. I mean, we have gotten guys that gotten to compete at a professional level fairly fast due to their social media. So not that far. I think you have to be interesting human being and like a lot of the other stuff, and you can be at a professional level fairly fast. Um, is it comfortable to be there? Should you be there? Maybe not. Uh, how much experience it truly takes? I think that will depend on. I mean, the answer is really, you know what I mean? Like, depends how active you are, how crazy you're going, where you at in life, what you're looking at things. Anywhere from like, you know, 3 to 5 to 10 years. But 3 to 5 is when you kind of got it, right? You figuring it out. You've got an opportunity. You most likely have beaten somebody okay that gave you a glimpse that you got it, right? You guys got to keep going. But also, I guess depends what do you mean by professional level. A professional level, like what we mean now, like East versus West, and real professional. Yeah, we'll take a minute. I feel like even the people that we think they got there a little fast, but they are wrestlers, they had 10 years of experience prior to that. So if I'll be honest, I think for a lot of people, it's clicking at that from 8 to 10 mark. 8 to 10 mark, it will click for you. However, it's all faster if you understand it properly and you're more open minded. I think my experience and where I'm at got slowed down a lot. Like my mistakes, actually, that's a good video to make. My mistakes after 12 years of arm wrestling, what I did wrong, what I could have sped everything so much faster, is cutting weight. I cut a lot of weight, like because I always wanna, I was afraid of competition. I always default to 154, default to 65, whatever the options were. While not, I should have been in 176. Should have always tried. Should have been pulling supers when I was 154 and winning 154 class. I should have been always trying something extreme. So I cut a lot of weight for no reasons, right? And there's a reason to cut weight. A lot of money, some of the ranking, but just cutting weight for some local stuff made no reason. I slowed myself down. Two, oh man, I had it. I was close minded to a lot of training, right? I've consider myself not very smart when it comes to training. I was always very analytical, and I consider myself having um, I guess, an intellect about training, right? But in which I knew I don't really know how it's done. So I had coaches. I always paid somebody or been friends with a coach who put me on a program and put on his views and visions, which I'll have to refer to them and listen to them, right? So, and I did not do a lot of stuff because, like, don't do that. It's it's not needed. It's not useful. So I was relying on other people's opinion, not trying stuff for myself, which led me to not to do side pressure for good 10 years, right? Not, I did not do a lot of little things, but if I was more open minded and willing to try more stuff, I feel like I also would have been better. And like those are the two heavy ones, right? I'm not making a video, and I was maybe thinking I can do like a clip or so, but those two are the most important. I was a lighter dude, so always cutting back to my original weight class was definitely a problem. For no reason. Was close minded when it came to training knowledge and not trying stuff. Third, I was like looking back, I think probably I never ate enough and all that, but that's not of a that's a everyday realization. But legit mistakes should not have cut weight and should have been more open with trying stuff. Would have considered silly or not too, because I've considered a lot of stuff silly, which maintains silly. Like I'm fairly, let me say, I'm fairly smart at what I'm seeing, but training structure, how to get stronger, needed help, and always end up closing myself into that. So I think I got here after. Oh no, it's because how much experience the thing it take to compete at professional level. So yeah, I'm 16 and I got my arm break last week. So how can I get better? Again, some tips. Abdul, you're here bright and early and fresh off of arm break, man. I respect that. Um, I'm gonna tell you what though, you're gonna get better now for sure. Now that you said that, now that it happened to you, clearly you you approached it with who knows, you didn't know enough or whatever, or your body didn't understand it well. But all I can tell you though, I mean, though, that's a lot. But I'm just afraid. So I've seen people. I'm gonna give you the scary one, Abdul, first, because I've seen people that broke the arm again. I've seen people that broke the arm again after it's been put together with screws. So I don't want you to be that guy. So first thing first, I will say take it fairly gentle. Be afraid of it for sure. I feel like most people are afraid. Most people are afraid of it once they broke the arm, and it takes them a little while, right? And I think that's what you want to do. I've seen people that, oh man, it's fine. Like I'm ready, and there's no consideration. I feel like there's no have been no learning curve of why did that, why the hell did it happen? So, oh, hold on. So anyhow, be scared. Be scared. Aware that something that happened because something went wrong, and definitely approach it with your body in a better way. Slow everything down. That's will be one thing, right? See what you did wrong there, body wise. What was the mistake and all that, right? And after that is done, because you know arm brace just happened, right? Especially at that age. You broke your arm at okay age. Like you're still a kid. Like it's it might not affect you in a later life at all, right? Like it's been in your 30s, late 20s, even like it. That really depends on your work capacity and all that. But you're probably at the age where it didn't probably not gonna affect you too much after, but just slow it down, take it easy, get stronger with your body. I don't know what you look like, build like, and what's your environment and all that, but just slow down. Take arm wrestling more carefully. Always look at your arm. But I will say the number one thing will be slowing down, and I mean, I guess being in a safer environment, right? There's your environment is a representation of it. Also, like I see a lot of people that wanna break the arm if the environment of me and other people who not. It's not even about safety. It's almost about being annoyed. You even I don't want to see that. Like that's listen to me. I mean, nobody wants to see that. Let me help you out. Get out of here. Let's fix this, right? Put yourself in a safer environment where people care about you, where they're not going to let it happen, where there's less challenge, right? Because one thing I'm not going to do, people that eager about arm wrestling are people that they're eager to break the arm in a way, right? And that's one thing I'm not. Like, listen, my man, I'll lose. I'll lose every time to the guy that is trying to break his arm. I don't care how invested I'm at that practice. The problem is the guy that been arm wrestling or the guy that has not and it's their first day. They want to impress you. They want to beat you. They want to show you that whatever you've been doing, you it doesn't matter. Like they have never lost at arm wrestling. They're about to show it to you, and they're willing to break this stuff to where like I know what it can do for you, and that's why I'm okay to lay down and give it to you. It's totally fine to me. Totally fine. So put yourself in an environment, I guess, there's where there's more people like myself, I guess. Who knows? But environment, more safety. Let me send this link. Send. Cool. So that replied, unless Abdul you have a question, I'm gonna read more. Sorry guys, I'm reading the comments if there's more like catching up. If somebody with a cash app can super chat like $2 or whatever, just to see if super chat works, I'll cash app you guys back. Obviously, everybody's in cash apps. Let me see. Let me see. I'm cutting after my next match, so I need to get a better shape. Jeremy, are you cutting or you're losing weight? Because you're a big dude now, and I think there's a. I like to be, you know, solid with because cutting means you're just gonna cut some water weight and be right back. Are you trying to get in better shape? Cash up? Nah, I'm Canadian. Just keep it. Oh, okay. Well, so it does work. It just I'm not interested enough to get it. All right, well, take it, John Nelson. I got you with your. Ooh, ooh, Joe, I got you for for $2 for every two Canadian dollars. I'll give you one of those. Well, actually, but that probably works as much as this one. So Uh, I'm okay with donating that one, like through the episode. I don't know this it'll do me any good at any point, but got got some Canadian money over here, man. We got some money. So I do appreciate you, Joe. Letting me know my cash appski is real. I'll I'll give you $2 back. See you. Um. Okay. November. Jeremy's pulling at Monster Factory, and he's pulling at the at the Chris Kingle event in California with me. However, hey, if you're talking about it being close, how about Bob Brown pulling Cole Casper right-handed on the 29, and then he's pulling me right-handed on the 6 as well. I got asked the questions about levels, and I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, Cole is coming up, but it's a little bit different for sure. So I see where Bob's going with it. Bob thinks he is really gangster, and he may got it all. Also, I don't know about Giannis, but man, pulling Cole and then pulling me. Yeah, I mean, Bob knows what he's doing, unfortunately, but I'm here to prove him wrong. Damn it! All right, arm wrestling route is finally back. Yeah, my situation is 5'11", but super small. Bonus 17 senior wrist and so on. Been lifting for 14 years already. I'm at 180 pounds. Thinking about dropping down if I see me in August or Kosif and so on. Okay, let's check your wrist. All right, let's see what's 18 17 centimeter wrist is like. It's good, bad, devastating. Oh, mine got bigger over the years. Oh, mine got a little bit bigger. I'm at 18 and a half for my left. I mean, for real, let's squeeze it. Might get to 18. Here's an increase. I'm a 17 guy. Always have been. I have my measurement somewhere. Dude, that's where my original computer is at somewhere. It has a good note with the measurements from when I was young. Yeah, that one's a bit bigger. That one's almost 19. So I always wore bracelets on my left hand because it's been slightly smaller than my right hand. My first bracelet that was ever bought to me did not fit my right hand. All right, so like this, I'm at 19 over here. Which is crazy work. Let me do this properly. Dude, that's interesting. That is very interesting. How? Huh. Yeah, so at smallest, I guess mine's 18 and a half on my right and my 18 on my left. Um, I don't know how far the notes can go, but I know I've been a 17 guy when I started arm wrestling. Anyway, so that's not bad. So 5'11", super small bonus swing or so on. Been lifting for you. I'm already at 180. I think I'm dropping down if I see me. So 5'11", you're fairly tall. Um, big lifting experience. You're at 180. I mean, you have height. I think dropping down you should not drop down. Like 180, you probably look okay. You probably can be more filled up at like 190 for sure, right? Like I bet you can be more jacked at 190, but your height actually you're perfect 98 guy, I think, right? Like too perfect because 98 guys can be a little smaller, but man, you me and August Cherkasov are a a little smaller for you. Like you are tall, big. You have a, I guess depending if you've been lifting for 14 years, you could be really old or you could be in your like prime age. I'll tell you to go 200. I'll tell you to go 200 because like you then by the time you're 200, whoever you're fighting with right now at 180, they're gonna be like they're just gonna be dust. But if you drop down and drop down carefully, just oh sorry, I guess my camera died. That's how you know it to change a little bit. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. I guess in a second, since that's how I know my cool camera died. I don't charge it; just let it run. But anyway, that tells me, I guess, that you're somewhere the good age to where I think if you gain, like I said, your competition now gonna feel way easier. But if you drop and go back, I think this 180 guys, the average 180 guy, is gonna be a little bit hard for you. Eugene is a top 76 and 185 guys in Canada in the last 2 years. He beat Alex Maritic in a couple months ago. He's insanely strong hook. Now, okay, no disrespect. I don't think Alex is that good. Like on in a like compared to Corey. You know what I'm saying? Like I think Corey will kill Alex too. You know what I'm saying? Uh, s- so I'm gonna understand that. Well, go with. I don't really know who he is, but I wonder if there's like better wins because Alex is competitive. Alex is strong. Alex is active. I've beaten Alex on some days where I did not care, and to where I'm sure that he was coming just for me in certain days. So very dangerous. Um, but no, I think what else? What else you got on your gin, man? What else you got on your gin? Give me one more. Artem Tadzila. Whoa, you making me blush now, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Nice. On the 6 minute stop using armors. Dude, I mean, if you listen, Jeremy, to yourself and to everything, then it could be faster. But also depends what decent means, right? Like there are some people that you may consider decent, they're better than you right now, but they really did not have any good wins yet. They're popular to go things. They got a couple good wins over there with Thai people, but they really never did anything like good, right? Um, Artem, are you gonna be with Travis in Kentucky this weekend? Kentucky State Championship. No, sir, no stump crew. Um, I don't know. Travis is going anywhere for arm wrestling things, so that's surprising to me. I'm definitely not. I'm chilling this weekend, and next weekend I'm in Utah, pulling in that huge invitational thing underground, which everybody should go crazy for. Everybody should go crazy for. You know what? I should be doing this, guys. I forgot. Did Sergio have the question? Did Sergio just replied about me saying stuff? How much experience do you think? Think I'm 19 years old and I'm competing in heavyweight. 221 to 40. And I felt like I was stagnating because I want to train with weights and I haven't polished my technique. Ooh, I didn't have a nearby point to go train with more people, so I look for points to go to practice. I'll go to my first practice. Oh, okay. First practice, we super excited. Be careful, Sergio. Be careful. Be very humble. Be open minded. Try to beat everybody, but you may not, and it's okay. Make sure to stop. Make sure to stop when your arm hurts. That's another maybe thing I forgot to mention earlier. Giving advice to Abdul: stop when your arm is hurting. You're gonna be able to go back a lot sooner. All of us, we get that feeling right here, and we're gonna go one more, two more, three, four, until you cry. like this right here, like that between triceps biceps pain that you can like, terrible, terrible. If you want to go to bed, if you want to go to bed without tears, without ibuprofen, as soon as you're hurting a little bit at your first practice, you tell everybody thank you. You stop arm wrestling, talk, discuss. Do not get on the table. Be very careful. At your age, sir, at you have everything. Age, weight, everything great. Practice is important. It's okay to train with weights. I've did that a lot. Like I did that a lot in like middle of my career, to where just practice were overwhelming. I kept getting sore. I could not train more. Like I want to train. I don't want to be sore. Like this is stupid. So it's about you do when you haven't really been practicing much. You do need some of that. Find somebody you can be on the table with. Like in my opinion, everybody should be on arm wrestling table every single day. But with a new person, like dude, like it has to be somebody that you gotta go as hard as both of you want to. And if you want to be on there every day, you cannot go that hard. Just be on the table, be familiar with it. It's your life. It's your body needs to understand that this whole weird thing. It's like breathing. It's important to know those movements. It's important to realize them and know. So go crazy. Um, so practice is important. Once you get some type of lines right, it's okay to skip more, but sharpening up, going to practice is cool. What do you think? Who do you think wins, Camille versus Daddy Khan? That's a good one, also, right? This weekend, man, almost forgot about it. It's important for both of them to win. I think it's more important for Camille to win because he is that weight. I think Daddy Khan, while they could be the same weight, I think Daddy Khan clearly like he clearly he can go back a little bit, right? Like it's Camille always gonna Camille has to win it for his own sake. I mean, it's he's not going against some bum to where he loses. Like, dude, he lost to some cool dude. I think in his position, Camille has to win it. I don't know if he can. Daddy Khan is gangster now. I'm gonna go. Dude, I mean, we'll see what the difference is there now. But I kind of probably gonna go with Daddy Khan. Like 3-1, right? Dude, if he loses, he loses. If he wins, there could be a problem. Losing weight. Okay, Jeremy, I see you. And yeah, and yeah, you and the age and height and weight to where you can probably come down and be 242 guy, maybe like this sexy model, 220 dude, but you have all the potential to be one of the greatest super heavyweight, right? Depends how far you're gonna take that. And yeah, just yeah, in your situation, you just need to get in better shape. That's all. Yeah, just switch up your diet, become a become more intentional, right? That's I think that's the thing about anything in life. To be honest, if you want to like remove, actually, I don't know if you want to remove the specific or be more vague or be less vague. I don't know how you take it, but be more intentional about yourself. That's kind of a key for life, right? If you're not intentional with what you're eating, you're gonna look sloppy, right? If you're not intentional about how you're training, you're not gonna get much progress. If you're not intentional about your health at all, there's gonna be some problems, right? But if there's intent, meaning like there's a meaning why you do that, like you understand that it's not just eating, it's not just drinking fucking soda, it's not just eating junk food. Like what you're putting in your body is an intentional thing, right? There's thought process behind it. The more thought process you can put and automate it, so there's less because at some if at some point you're gonna think about everything, it's a fucking miserable way of living, right? Like, oh man, is this good for me? Motherfucker, just are you happy? Is it drink the motherfucker? Do you want it? Go for it, right? But Do you want it to where you have no control over yourself? Sure, you put that Snickers bar down, motherfucker. So, but yeah, as long as you're intentional, Jeremy, I think with everything, to where there's you putting things in your body that make sense for your progress, you're training for progress. You're not getting into mental parts of like, oh man, arm wrestling, stupid. I'm never. It's everything. Dude, that's another thing that probably slow me down too. Mental problem, overthinking it too. So yeah, yeah. Love the new training. Love the new wrist training video for building strength and arm specific wrist training. What's the best rep range? Seems my wrist training plateaus much more than pronation, side pressure, and etc. Dude, so okay, I don't know. I do not know the answer to this. That's why I conjugate everything because here the thing is our wrists. We use them every day. Our hands, our wrists, they're active. You can go train your wrist right now for an hour. You're most likely gonna be okay tomorrow. So you can do it a lot. So with that being said, lots of volume, lots of reps will penetrate through some plateau, right? Because your wrist is just resilient. It's used to a whole bunch of stuff. If you want to get stronger, ultimate always getting stronger always meant heavyweight, less reps, right? So you mix that. So you do your volume day, do a lot of reps, pick a day. You can have a race day, in my opinion. I think race days are cool. Whereas, like, do you guys know that Levanas got pretty popular and famous originally because his workouts are like fucking 8 hours long. I didn't know that until I got talking to somebody. Like, Levon stays all day in the gym. Like, I didn't know that. I thought he was like just strong, right? Levon is known for doing like everything in one workout. It's an 8 hour fucking thing. He said nowadays it's not like that anymore. It's a lot less. But dude, in his prime, 8 hour thing. I've asked him personally, hey, I've heard this. What the fuck do you do? And kind of by the sound of it, it's everything. So, what I'll tell you based on all that, have a race day to where you're going pretty crazy. We have pyramids, you go in some rubber bands, you're doing reps, you're doing lots of different reps, set pick couple exercises. Go like when you go to practice, your forearm gonna be pumped. You're gonna be sore for some reason, right? And I think because that's the only time it gets overwhelmed, right? So overwhelm it with value. Go crazy on it sometimes, right? Get that forearm's muscle in shock. Now, do that. Will it make it hella stronger? I think by the way of strength training, not necessarily, right? I think that's why we shocking those muscles and we're letting them know, like, yo, this everyday shit ain't sweet, right? We can go harder, right? Do that for one shock, but I do think heavier reps heavier reps, yeah, I guess heavier weight with 3 to 5 reps. That's what they're gonna give you that stiffness, that rigidness, right? Power things, heavy weight. If you don't know what's the percentage, whatever, pick enough fucking weight where you cannot do no more than 3 to 4 reps. If you're able to do five, add 5 more pounds. Do it again. You find that weight that is heavy enough. So that's all. But try do definitely do not do lightweight volume for your wrist. I feel like that doesn't do whole much. You do lightweight volume every fucking day. Mm-mm. Your volume has to be with decent weight. Your heavy weights obviously go crazy. I really want to compete professional, so thank you for advising me. Go crazy, Mr. Sergio. You're also in a great spot of age and life. Guys, also, there's a lot of people here today. I'm gonna drop a link. I'm gonna try to drop a link to be honest. Um man, can I? There's a lot of you guys that are fairly young here. So what I recommend you guys to do also, if you guys wanna just I don't know, see my bullshit more directly, if you go to school website, I probably should log in some way or the other, but I'll drop a link here. Oh no, I know how to drop a link here. Let me do that. Um, so what I'm trying to say, I have on. There's many private and paid platforms, right? You can have a, I can have subscribers on YouTube. There are subscribers everywhere, right? Instagram, all the stuff. I created an arm wrestling school. It's free. I don't know. I know how not active I am sometimes, so I don't want to charge anybody the harmazer. Oh yeah, maybe. I've had a Patreon before. Patreon was fun, but only because I've been invited to a school community. I like. Well, I'm already on here, so I'm gonna create my own. So I have my own. If I can find a way to share it, I have my own little community on school. It's arm wrestling school, and this is where I share stuff on there with people, information. I'm trying to kind of make everybody grow. I have not charged for anything. I just kind of share my content on there, to be honest. And if that's something you're into and you want to follow, please let me know. If I can find a way to share my community, that will be copy profile link now. Can I copy schooling? Journal discussion. Uh, Invite people. Oh, invite people. Found it. So, anyhow, if you guys want to more, because a lot of stuff I do want to talk about there, what I'm talking about on there is directed to you guys, to younger arm wrestlers. There's a direct link. So once again, there's a lot of you guys in here today who are fairly new. Y'all are young, or y'all are new to arm wrestling. So, and if you want to learn more, I created this school community that is free, and it's free because I know how lazy I am. So I'm gonna hate to charge you for something I'm not gonna be part of. So for now, I'm in it to build this as much as I can and keep it as free as possible. The way I'm paying it is basically I post my YouTube links on there. So if you guys want to click and watch it for me, that's it's an extra place for me to post stuff, right? That's what it is. That's how I treat it. However, all the content, everything, how I talk about it on there is directed towards newer people. I want to help. I always been about helping newer arm wrestlers, and it doesn't matter your age and all that. But if you're a newer guy and if you're going through stuff, everything, I think the place is for you. So if you are interested in learning about arm wrestling, kind of being able to have that conversation there and being in that learning and getting better community, feel free to join my school thing. That's kind of what it's for. So that's it. Maybe one day I'll have tiers and membership that I'll charge people and I know what to charge for. For now, I'm trying to get better at that and make everybody better. So if you're part of it, go in it, right? But if you're not part of school, I don't care. Like if you want to reach out, if you like Instagram and you're always on Instagram and you talk to me on Instagram, you can reach out to me on Instagram. So it is what it is. But if you're part of school, like I am, I'm part of school because my buddy Raylan has a school community that he teaches men to be better men. It's about men mental health, how to be more intentional as a dude, right? So we it's that's professional. The dudes have a live meeting every morning at 6:15 in the morning. It's the live Zoom meeting is on there, like the post on there every day. I don't. That's cool. I don't think I need that as of now, but I don't really ask for contributions. But if you want to contribute to the school, have questions, go crazy, go crazy. So, um, Zelle is my favorite. Then PayPal. Did I mention something? Did I mention with some Cash App? Zelle. Do love me some Zelle, man. I like Cash App because Cash App is like always feel like Cash App was ghetto, and that's how I like it because it is ghetto. I feel like it doesn't feel real. I want to lose weight and build back up to supers. Like I'm saying, Jeremy, just eat better. See how your weight changes, because you may stay the same weight if you get on a better diet. You're gonna stay the same. Your quality gonna change, right? Which is funny. A lot of people tell me like, "Oh man, you got so much bigger, man. You gained so much weight. You know, what's your steroid cycle is like?" Blah blah. All the 15,000 questions. I've been the same weight ever since that change happened to people. How they look at me differently. I've been the same weight. My quality have changed. I've looked pregnant there for a second. They were like 20. I have a video of me like doing graffiti in 2018, 2019. I was 200 pounds. Man, my gut was like hanging out. It was sloppy, for sure. Like I'm now less. I'm way less than I way before. I'm in way better shape. I look bigger. So just you might not drop down that far from super serum if you just stick to normal food, right? Not put yourself in too much shock. Be very and nah man, we're not gonna. I don't entertain all this nor 19 receptors inhibitors, right? That's too harsh. That's too harsh. Do not entertain your nor 19 for no reason. Take take the HT route. The HT route has a lot of cool things to add to that. Go for that. Go off testosterone route, go off the HT route. Nor 19 receptor route will make you very strong, but man, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay a lot. So I don't know, not a fan. That's an Auden versus Coach Trey's match. Man, it's a great question to ask Auden today. But I would like to have Auden and Jeremy Parker with here with me next week probably. Schedule some more stuff. I thought Auden gonna go crazy for Coach Trey and be in better shape that he was against me and will be monumental. I don't think he got a hold of that yet. I think he been kind of more he he got I think Auden is now where like you will wanted Auden before. He competes more openly, he gets losses, and it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I think no, not yet for Coach Trey. I think we're gonna see a very similar match, just like me and Coach Trey, maybe even worse. But not yet. Not yet. Good thing was a good projection. I think there was something happened during this year to I think audience progression did not stay where I think that would have been that should have been closer than it's going to be. How about that? How about that? How many days do you take off for a tournament? I like to take one good week off, especially how I feel nowadays. I feel like I've been going on myself more ruthlessly. So therefore, um, like my arms now need a total break, right? My left, like for example, like my right is beat up. My left is tiny bit fresher right now. So I will say like my right will need a break, complete 7 day rest. My left, I might do something all the way till Monday, maybe. Maybe I'll still do something on Monday with my left, right? Like, I feel like you need activity. It's okay to like have a short workouts to keep your body in check. The long breaks, like Todd Hutchings is saying. Todd Hutchings put a lot of people in check. Like, oh man, you call somebody out because when Todd said it was awesome, and you guys have heard it before. Have you guys ever heard somebody said how strong they feel? They feel the strongest after 2 weeks break or 1 week break. It's like I feel the strongest after 2 weeks. And Todd said to me, "Well, if you feel the strongest after 2 weeks rest, why don't you rest all the time then? Why do you work out that much? Why isn't your main thing of your routine as a 2 weeks rest?" I'm like, it made sense, right? So if that's your way to get stronger, I don't see people working out for 2 weeks and resting for two. That could be the way. I don't know. So to me, I like being active. I like getting after it. My last 2 weeks, I cut volume. If I work out 7 days a week, all of a sudden it's 3 days a week. If I'm there for 45 minutes, right, to an hour, I'm gonna be there 20 minutes. If I'm doing normally one exercise of 6 sets, I'm gonna do 3 sets. I'm gonna cut everything in half or 60%. But the weight. My intensity stayed high. I'm doing less volume. Todd Hutchins called it out. He said tapering is stupid. Tapering comes from aerobic sports. What I just explained to you came from swimming. Been working for me, but I think been working in combination with everything. Like if I'm doing my IV, like I like doing IVs because I think it's my body pH balance is there, the bloat, everything is happening properly. Um, but IV, food, rest, not being in pain, all that creates great taper. I've done. Also depends what tournament. Tournament, I've trained. I've did something morning before the tournament. I worked out day before. I've practiced days before. I've practiced like I've did everything depending on this. If it's something really, if it's important thing, and I'm getting paid to do that. If there's responsibility and requirements from myself and to other people, I'm taking about a week rest, right? That's what it is. If it's a tournament and I'm just going there, it's not something I talk about. It's not that I'm picking about. It's just I happen to be there. I happen to like it. Whatever. I'm happen to be in the shape. I'm not in pain. I don't care about rest. I'm coming there as coming in there. Like I at this point, and a lot of you guys should be at that point, right? Like don't matter how far you are, if you, unless you're way too good for your area and you're just there to like screw with people, don't do that. But if you if you're not number one, if you're not number one in your rankings and you able to pull, go ahead and pull. Have a good time. It's not that critical. Get in it. Get after it. You don't need all this rest. Go crazy. Hey everyone. Hey Brian. Hey Joe. Hey Drew. Travis decided to get the band. Oh no. Well, I talked to Travis yesterday. Travis nice and busy. Oh, what's up, David? We'll probably review something for sure. Ooh, I gotta go here in a second, guys. Oh, if you screenshot a phone, it'll screenshot iMac too. That's crazy. They connected. Ah, thank you, Sergio. I'll approve your thing. No, David, me and Travis will be back. Thank you, helping very much today. You're welcome, sir. All right, you guys. Well, you guys created a great chat between everybody. So, what's up, everybody? What's up for the Fingers Podcast? What's up, Bob? Um, guys, I'm going to head out with my day. I hope everybody have a happy Halloween. Tomorrow is East versus West. We all gonna watch, have a little party. I'm gonna be the only person watching here because all my friends are going to Florida Georgia game. Because I live in Jacksonville and Florida Georgia here is a big deal. Um, I'm gonna go check out the Halloween. Everybody else do the same. Spend time with your families. Have a good evening. Hopefully next week before I leave to Utah. Uh, for those who doesn't know, next weekend, pulling in Utah underground event. First match is random. I may pull Craig Touye. I may pull Jason Marlowe. I may pull John Tyrion. I may pull Stephen Green. Oh, Justin Green. I may pull Robbie Russell. Dude, it's a hardcore list. I know I missed out like two more names probably, but y'all get the idea. I'm in trouble. So, but gonna be a great weekend. I should see what's gonna be content, what I can film, what I cannot film, how you guys gonna watch that. We are doing a live for event. Should come and watch along with us. Um, You permission from Dexter? Okay. Give me a link. Yeah, sure. I think. Yeah. I don't mind. I don't mind. I like watching and doing that things. I've done those myself before. I don't need the permission, but I think there's some respect, no respect time for that. But yeah, sure. So send me a link where you normally do. I think with Messenger, Instagram. I'll find you. Um, I'm down. Sure. But all right, you guys, you enjoy your weekend. Hope I'll be back here with more guests and we'll do it more often. Thank you very much for those who came. Joe, thank you for $2 Canadian. I appreciate you. I cashed them instantly. So see you guys next. Once again, if anybody wants to join my school thing, if anybody wants to buy my handles, can I show you the handles real quick? I don't know where I put all the handles, but this is the this is the skinny part. That's true. There's a cone, there's a fat handle, there's handle attachment. On a couple more guys left. I want to sell them out so I'm on the next project. Link is in my cut to buy is in my Instagram, but there's also my website. But $60, get your whole thing shipped finally because they've been sitting there for too long. I don't care. I'm losing money. Get three handles, three different sizes before I leave town. See you guys later.